drop it like it's hot. I'm gonna drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. I'm gonna drop it like it's drop it like it's drop it like it's hot. I'm gonna drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. I'm gonna drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. I'm gonna drop it like it's drop it like it's drop it like it's drop it like it's drop it drop it drop it. Run it, pimps in the crib.
Now, before I start, I have a dip in. I haven't had my nicotine this morning, so bear with me on that. But anyways, we all know why you're here. You're either here to watch me talk about the Texas Longhorns and predict their season, or you're just here for the joy of hearing me talk about Texas and kiss their ass in this video. So enjoy that all you want. This is the only time you're going to hear it too. So, end of that. But anyways, we're talking about Tom Herman's 25-15 Texas Longhorns. That's Tom Herman's record. He's been there 3 years. Has a career record of 47-19. He's coached 5 years total. Yes, he's beaten us with Houston, season opener. I think of 2016. But we're not talking about that. So we're starting out talking about the new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator, Herb Hand, offensive coordinator. This guy, I mean, he can get guys open. And hey, talk about Mike Yurcich too, former Oklahoma State offensive coordinator. Then last year went to take the Ohio State quarterback coaching job. Now he's under Tom Herman, and I think that's a great hire for Texas because we know Tom Herman. He has 7 new assistant coaches now. Okay? I mean, that's called for because you get a 10-win season in 2018 and take a step back in 2019 to an 8-win season, right? That's not good. That's a superb season right there. But is Tom Herman on the hot seat this year? I think so. But at the same time, kind of experimenting, and with the COVID, you can't really get a lot out of your new coaches because with the COVID stuff happening, these offensive and defensive guys can't practice with their new coach right now. So it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing getting 7 new coaches all of a sudden, then COVID hits, and it's not good. It's not good. But defensive coordinator Chris Ash, we know Texas as a 3-4 defense. Chris Ash is going to be coming in running that 4-3. Take my word on that. And the reason why, Todd Orlando got fired, in my opinion, I think it's because Herman thought Orlando relied on a blitz to get the quarterback rushed, stuff like that, But when we learned about Chris Ash's defense, you can run the 4-3, which, don't get me wrong, Joseph Osei, he played the jack against Utah and did amazing. Texas fans, I know you've seen him play, but he's going to be moving to the jack. I believe that. You're going to get a lot out of him. It's a whole different player from being an outside linebacker, So Chris Ash he names him the Jack. So you're going to get a lot of production out of Osei. Now, let's get to the key losses for Texas last year. My top 3. We're talking about one. Well, there's kind of like a tie, for third, but the tie for third is the 2 offensive linemen that were lost. That's going to be tough because you got 2 unexperienced offensive linemen taking those 2 spots. But the one that's sitting in my number 3 is Zach Shackelford. He's the center, 4-year starter for, your Texas Longhorns. Big loss, but I'm pretty sure y'all can get it, you can get the ball rolling in a way. So, y'all can get it rolling. And then safety, Brandon Jones. He led in solo tackles last year with 64 solo tackles. So that's probably your biggest loss on defense this year. All right. Didn't really hurt you because I think y'all have like 9 returning starters on defense. You know, so it's kind of like an Oklahoma State deal. I mean, y'all did lose about 3 starters to Oklahoma State's 1, but I don't see a defense change. Only thing changing on defense is Chris Ash's defense is gonna do something this year, you know. And then wide receiver Devin Duvernay. That's a tough loss. But with that being said, you got Ellinger has Jake Smith now. I mean, he's a new look. Brand new look, but he's had 6 touchdown catches last year. And Brennan Eagles, he had 6 touchdowns last year. So I think the wide receiver spot for Texas is going to be fine. Bringing in Michigan transfer Tariq Black, I think he's going to be fine too. You know, but my 3 that I do have starting is, Brennan Eagles, for one. Jake Smith, sophomore. And then Joshua Moore. He's a sophomore. Then Tariq Black. You can throw him in the mix. He'll probably win over a wide receiver job at some point. Now, my key Texas Longhorns coming back. This is who I'm going to be looking for when Oklahoma's playing Texas or Oklahoma State's playing Texas. I'm going to be watching. And left tackle, Samuel Cosme. I might have botched his last name, but this is what I have written down. He got on second team All Big 12 in 2019 with 26 starts and 27 games played. You protect Ellinger, you're going to get production out of Ellinger. But like I said, it's going to be a shot because y'all have 2 offensive linemen, But we just got to see. We got to see. New offense. We got to look. Joseph Osei, you remember me talking about him. I may botch his last name too. But he was the team leader in tackles with 90 tackles for a loss of 13.5 yards. And he had 5 sacks last year, adding 2 interceptions and a forced fumble. This dude, he's going to be good. He's going to be good on defense for Texas this year. So that's one of the guys you want to watch out for. If you're Spencer Sanders, Spencer Rattler, Tanner Mordecai, Skylar Thompson, Charlie Brewer, Brock Purdy, we can keep going. We can keep going on that. And then, the prized possession himself, Sam Ellinger. He completed 65% of his passes with 57 touchdowns, 15 interceptions in the past 2 seasons. Expect that to be better this year. Expect Ellinger to be better this year. I hate saying it. Go ahead and get a laugh out of it. But Ellinger's going to be better this season than he was last year, for sure. Now, with that being said, one of my guys that we need to watch out for is he's a rising star on my list for Texas. Jordan Whittington. He didn't play, did he? I don't think he played as much last year as what he wanted to play, but he's a good running back, don't get me wrong. Great, not running back. Why am I brain dead? Wide receiver. Playing wide receiver this year. He's going to be a freshman. So, watch out for him in the near future. I don't know who the backup quarterback is. Maybe Casey Thompson still. Maybe wrong. Texas fans, help me out on that. I know I botched the Whittington being running back. I didn't mean to. Don't hold me to it, But watch out for Jordan Whittington. Just remember that name, all right? Now we're going to go over the 2020 recruits so far. My top 5. And of course, we have coming in number 5, the defensive tackle from Houston, Texas, Vernon Broughton. Big old boy. Big old boy. That's all I need to say on him. Be ready, quarterbacks. Number 4, I have Prince Dorba, linebacker from Dallas. Same thing. Same thing. I mean, Texas put a great recruit class together. That's all I got to say about it. I mean, they put a great recruit class again this year. They put it together. And then number 3, Alfred Collins, defensive end. You know, I mean, Texas ain't messing around on defense. I mean, Texas defense is going to get back to where they want it here in the next 2 years. It's kind of scary to think, you know. Like I said, I'm doing a lot of ass kissing. But, like I said, we're doing facts right now. Just watch out. Then, quarterback, Hudson Card from Austin, Texas. You know, another quarterback, another guy that I think is going to come in. Red shirt this year, obviously. Then you're going to have a quarterback battle in between Casey Thompson. I think he's second string this year, I think. So you're going to have a nice little quarterback battle. But I think this kid ends up starting next year. And then number 1, Bijan Robinson, running back from Tucson, Arizona. That dude, you can compare him to whatever you want on Texas, but I think this dude's going to be making a name for himself. You know, hold me to that all you want. He's going to be making a name for himself. Robinson, he may be the next great running back to come through Texas. And that's kind of a scary thing to think, you know, but Texas is going to have running game again. You know, they're going to have a running game. It's going to be scary. So expect him. I mean, you may see him get a couple snaps this year, but I don't see him getting any more than, probably about 10 to 20 snaps this year because of Ingram. I mean, Keontae, I think he's going to be, this is his last year at Texas. I may be wrong. I know he's a junior, but I think he goes to the draft next year. So anyways, let's get to the 2019 offensive defensive rankings. We're going to start out with defense. Texas allowed 27.5 points scored, so just call it 27. That's second in the Big 12. Pretty good. Pretty good. Now, expect that defense to be better this year. So, next is rushing. They allowed 139 yards. That's third in the Big 12. Wait a minute. I said second in the Big 12 on scoring. I wrote it wrong. That is 7th in the Big 12. I was looking at on the offensive side of the ball. My bad on that. So scoring, 27.5 points a game, 7th in the Big 12. My bad on that. Now, rushing, they did go third in the Big 12 on holding teams to 139 yards per game. Passing, 292 yards per game. That's 9th in the Big 12. That's not good at all. Like I said, believe in the Chris Ash stuff. Believe in him. And then total, they've given up 431 yards. That's 8th in the Big 12. Again, I say expect big changes on this defense this year. Offense. Texas has scored 35 points per game. That's second in the Big 12, right behind Oklahoma. Right behind Oklahoma. Oklahoma scored 42. So, see the big difference there. Rushing, 176 yards per game. That's 5th in the Big 12. Not bad, not good, you know. But expect Ingram to get more touches this year. Definitely more touches this year because Ingram did have 144 attempts last year. Expect more out of that. 853 yards, 7 touchdowns. Expect more out of that. And expect Ellinger to be taken off too. Ellinger had 663 yards, 7 touchdowns rushing. So expect more out of him too. Passing, 289 yards per game. It's 4th in the Big 12. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Total offense, 465 yards per game. That's 3rd in the Big 12. Pretty good. Now let's go over the 2019 results. We're talking about the 8-5, 5-4 Big 12 in Big 12 play. Texas Longhorns. Starting out, Louisiana Tech. Texas gets the win, 45-14. Bring LSU to Austin. Took the loss. Very good game. Very good game on that for Texas. Regardless, because at the time, Who would have thought LSU would have won the national championship that year after that game against Texas? Second game of the year. No one thought that. So, nothing to hang your heads about, Texas. Then you go to Rice, beat them 48-13. Bring Oklahoma State to Austin. You win 36-30. Go to West Virginia. You win 42-31. Then you get Red River. You get beat by Oklahoma 34-27, which Oklahoma, like I said in the Oklahoma video, had the best defensive performance I have seen in a long time against Texas. Or any other Big 12 team at that. Then Kansas, Les Miles comes to Austin. Y'all win 50-48. Very close game. I don't know what the deal is, but it almost seems like every now and then Texas almost shits the bed against Kansas. Always. Almost. But I'm not here to talk shit on Texas. Like I said, y'all are here to either watch me do the ass kissing or actually here to watch me talk about Texas. Then you go visit Gary Patterson, down at TCU, lost 37-27, 10-point loss. Bad loss. Not a bad loss, not a good loss, it's in the middle, but a loss is a loss. That's bad. Not as bad as Oklahoma losing the Kansas State loss, that's bad, but we're not going to get into that. Then Kansas State comes to Texas, plays in Austin. Y'all beat them 27-24. And I can't wait to get to the Kansas State video. So just wait on that. Go down to Iowa State, lose 23-21. Oklahoma had the same problem. Iowa State came in and kept it close, overtime. Iowa State, I think they're going to be a contender this year for the Big 12. I do believe that. Now, go down to Baylor. Lose 24-10. That's back-to-back losses, Texas. Yes. Going to Baylor, going to Iowa State, back-to-back weeks, that's tough. That is tough, and Baylor is a hostile environment too. Same as West Virginia, which y'all ain't got to worry about going there this year. I think that's going to be an easy win for Texas this year in Austin. Then to wrap up the regular season in Big 12 play Texas Tech, win 49-24. And then you play Utah. You play Utah in the bowl game, beat them. Great job, Texas, 38-10. Like I said, I'm not going to get in any other talk. Y'all got y'all's bowl win. Now, that being said, let's move on to this 2020 schedule like everybody's been wanting to talk about, wanting me to hear me talk about. Now, start out against USF, September 5th. I think that would have been a really good game, it being in Austin. If you had Charlie Strong still as head coach at USF, that'd be one funny game, all right? Come on now. Tom Herman against Charlie Strong, the guy that replaced Charlie Strong, that'd be a real funny game, okay? But Texas wins, straight out 1-0. But this is where I think it crashes. Go down to LSU. I don't care what anybody has to say. I don't care if you're an LSU fan. I don't care if you're a Texas fan. I don't care if you're an Oklahoma fan. I don't care if you're an Oklahoma State fan. USF fan, let's just keep going. You're not going to go down to LSU and beat them in their house. Texas, this is going to be the most hostile environment you're going to even be in. Some of these kids have never seen something like this on this team. Ellinger's in a rude awakening for this game. Now, you can put my foot in my mouth if Texas ends up winning, but I don't think it's even going to be close in this game. It may be, but going down to LSU and winning, that's when we can start talking about LSU, Texas being back. Yeah, they're going to be weak, but it's in LSU. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Texas 1-1. Then UTEP plays in Austin. That should be an easy dub. Big 12 play starts. You go down to Kansas State. I think Hear me out here. Y'all saw the game last year against Kansas State in Austin. Like I said, Texas won 27-24. But teams that go in down to Kansas State and play in their home territory, usually the good teams, Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, Texas, usually don't end well. And like I said, I'm not going to get into the whole OU Kansas State thing, but look at OSU's track record at going to Kansas State. You know, I think Kansas State ends up beating Texas. Now, Texas rebounds the next week against Oklahoma. They beat Oklahoma. Texas fans, you heard me say it. Texas is going to beat Oklahoma. And like I said, y'all had y'all's down year last year. As in, let's flip-flop it this year. Y'all are more experienced in Oklahoma this year. 100%. It's going to be a close game, yes. But, Oklahoma fans, you can hold me to it on this one. Texas is going to beat Oklahoma. Now, with that being said, I think that is the big talk right there. Because I think Oklahoma's going to go undefeated up until then. Then that's whenever you can start saying Texas is, they're going now. They're going. Then you bring West Virginia home. Should just steamroll over West Virginia. You should. Okay? You should be able to do that. Play Texas Tech. You go down to Tech. Think y'all get the win. That's all I got to say on that. Y'all get the win on that. Because last year, it was a pretty big blowout. So I don't see anything changing on that at all. Baylor comes to Austin. That's going to be a close game. But on Baylor's side, they're on the decline as well after losing Matt Rule. But I'm going to get more into that in the Baylor video. Go down to Kansas, play Les Miles. Should be an easy win. But then again, y'all saw last year, Les Miles had a chance to recruit. You know what he does on recruiting. So we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see on that. But I have Texas beating Kansas. I'm not telling you any scores or anything like that. I'm not going to say if it's going to be close. It should be at least a 2-touchdown win game. Then you play TCU at home. You got to have a revenge game. Y'all have unfinished business against TCU now. Get the win back. Then Texas wins that game. Then play Iowa State. And that's where I think y'all end up losing again, is Iowa State. Now, granted, yes, y'all lost last year. But you'll be thinking, why would Iowa State come into Austin and, why would they beat us there in that nice environment? I think there's a chip on Brock Purdy's shoulder right now. Like I said, I think that guy's going to be representing the Big 12 this year as a quarterback. It ain't going to be Ellinger. It ain't going to be Spencer Rattler. As bad as I hate saying that for Spencer Rattler and Ellinger, I think Brock Purdy has that chip on his shoulder this year. Now, that's another loss. That's 3 losses. 2 in the Big 12, 3 regular in total. Go down to Oklahoma State. I do have Texas beating Oklahoma State in Stillwater. Again, this is going to be a revenge game. Okay, y'all beat them last year, right? But go in and take your pride back to Austin. Head into your bowl game. Head into the Big 12 championship with your pride. That's all I got to say on that. Now, that being said, I did have Oklahoma State finishing 6-3 in conference. I have Texas finishing 7-2. Don't hold me to it on that. It can go either way. I'm just saying, I think, I had Oklahoma State losing to Oklahoma, Baylor, and Texas. I have y'all losing to Kansas State and Iowa State. So, with that being said, that puts Texas in the Big 12 championship as well. But I could be wrong. We can flip-flop that with Oklahoma State. It's going to be a close race between Oklahoma State and Texas. So, don't hold me to that. Now, if you want to go over 2019 individual stats, we can. We can go over Sam Ehlinger. We can go over Casey Thompson. And we'll start with Casey Thompson. Had 12 attempts last year, 8 completions, 84 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Sam Ehlinger, 454 attempts, 296 completions, 3,663 passing yards, 32 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. So please don't think I'm underrating Sam Ehlinger on any reason when I say Brock Purdy is going to be representing the Big 12. This is my opinion, you know. You have the right to have your opinion. Not saying that at all. So, that's what I think. Now, going on to rushing. Keontae Ingram, 144 attempts, 853 yards, 5.9 average yards per run. Call it 7 touchdowns. Sam Ehlinger, 163 attempts, 663 yards, averaging 4 yards a carry for 7 touchdowns. Rashawn Johnson, 123 attempts, 649 yards, 7 touchdowns. Pretty good. Daniel Young, 16 attempts, 63 yards. You know, call it 4 average yards per carry, 2 touchdowns. It's a lot right there. Receiving. We'll start out with Brennan Eagles, because I think that's going to be your main target this year. 32 receiving yards, 32 receptions, my bad. 522 yards, 16.3 average yards per catch, and then 6 touchdowns. Pretty good. Keontae Ingram, good receiving back, 29 receptions for 242 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jake Smith, 25 receptions, 274 yards, 11 average yards per catch, 6 touchdowns. You're set, Texas. Then you got Devin Duvernay. Like I said, big loss this year for y'all on the receiving side of the ball. Offensive side of the ball, 106 receptions, 1,386 yards, 13 yards per catch, 9 touchdowns. Now, with that being said, you got Dicker the kicker. He went 14 for 18 on field goals. Scored 98 total points last year. 98. Then you had Joseph Osei. He had 90 tackles. Brandon Jones, 86 tackles. Sacks. Osei, 5 sacks last year. Expect that to go up a little. Interception, Deshaun Jameson, 3. 3 interceptions. Which he's going to be back. So, be ready, quarterbacks. But other than that, I don't think I have any more to cover for Texas, That's what I got written down here for Texas. I don't think I have that much left. So, yeah, I don't have that much written down left for them. So, other than that, I think I covered everything I wanted to cover right there. If you want to do, we can talk about returning players, just players returning that started on offense last year and started on defense last year. We'll start out with Brandon Eagles. They'll be starting again this year. Then you have your 2 other wide receiver spots that are wide open. Then you got your left tackle, Samuel Cosme Jr., left guard, Junior Angelou. That's kind of botched. Then you got your center, Derek Kersetter, Sr. Then your right guard and right tackle, like I said earlier, those are 2 big losses for Texas on the offensive line. But those will be replaced at some point. I think Okafor and then Christian Jones, I think they'll set in just fine. Tight end Cade Brewer returning as a senior. I think he can be talks in for tight end of the year in the Big 12. Then running back Keontae Ingram. Then you have Sam Ellinger returning. Now, going on defense, you got a safety, Caden Stearns. Safety, B.J. Foster. I think those guys are NFL ready. Those guys are going to be gone next year. Whoever's getting them in the NFL, you're getting 2 damn good safeties. But in the meantime, quarterbacks, watch out for these 2 for sure. Cornerback Jalen Green, and then Deshaun Jameson. Like I said, he's returning. And then your middle linebacker. I don't know how to say his name. I just have it written down. I can't say it. Number 40. Let's just say number 40. Then you got your Jack. Joseph Osei, then Taquan Graham, and then Keandre Coburn. So that's your nose tackle. So with that being said, Texas, like I said, going 9-3, 7-2 in conference, should be a berth to the Big 12 championship. But then again, my predictions, I got Oklahoma State, but I'm just doing this. I'm just being honest on my prediction wise. So we're just gonna have to see on that. Oklahoma State could lose to Kansas State and Texas. So Oklahoma State finishes with those 2. That's what I meant. So other than that, I think I covered everything. I think I did. So, but like I said, I don't think, Tom Herman's going to be on the hot seat this year. I think next year, if they have another superb season, if they don't improve from that 8 wins, I think you can say Tom Herman's going to be on the hot seat next year for sure. After getting 7 new coaches, But the tests are going to be coming early. Tests are coming early first. So then you got to finish it, Got to finish it November 27th against Oklahoma State and Iowa State. So finally got the Texas thing off my chest. That feels pretty good. It feels pretty good, so I ain't got to worry about talking about them anymore for now. So, but like I said, if you like the video, like it, subscribe, share it. Share it with whoever you want. Facebook, wherever. Next video, plan on doing Iowa State because I have them going 4th into the Big 12. So we're going to go, like I said, nothing different. We're going to go over the 2019 schedule, 2020 schedule. We're going to go over recruits. We're going to go over the 2019 offensive defensive rankings. We're going to go over coaching. Talking about the key players coming back, key players lost. We're talking about the rising star. We got it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. So tomorrow, expect it. Expect another video. So other than that, thanks for watching. Like I said, like and subscribe, share it, and then I'll see you in the next video.
Boys is getting quiet. Go on and get crunk. Head back to Longview, Kelly popping trunk. I ain't even tripping. Riding and I'm sipping. Let me come through, 4-4, steady tipping. On that new lap. Watch the trunk crack. Let me sit sideways, CB running back. Maybe AP, maybe AD. I ain't even tripping cause we some athletes. Messing with Smitty in the summertime. He get pissed if we don't make our time. But we gon' get it cause we gotta finish. Nebraska Horn Hustlers, man, we the finish. With them boys little, paint like a skittle. I ain't even tripping, I ain't never double dribble. Cause I'm a player from the Himalaya. Let me sit sideways, man. Maybe back door, maybe fall off. Sipping codeine cause I gotta kill a cough. Let me sit sideways in the big Benz. Oh, you boys, they my brothers, they my friends. Holla at Coach Sumlin, holla at the Stoops. Let me sit sideways in the two-door coupe. Cause I'm sitting clean, foes on the lean. Look at my pants, got a sag in